Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share a really fun birthday card, super dimensional, but it does fold flat. If you want to mail it, but so fun. Using a bunch of different things from, actually all from Crafter's Companion, but really fun birthday card. So let me show you how it's made. All right, so I'm going to start by creating my embellishments. And I've got a piece of, this is a shimmer cardstock. It's white with a hint of gold shimmer. And it's just kind of a scrap. And put it in my stamping platform. And I've got some stamps that, these are Crafter's Companion. I think these actually came with the balloon alphabet, or in like with the balloon sentiments or balloon stuff years and years ago. And I want three of these, I think I want three of those, and maybe two of those. So we're just I'm gonna stamp them and heat emboss them. So I'm gonna stamp with gold ink, and then I'm gonna heat emboss. And so I've got some gold, this is embossing powder. It's detail gold Stampin' Stuff. I've had it literally forever. And I mean, I use it, a decent amount, and it's still completely full. So, and then I've got a Midas metallic pigment. It's a gold metallic pigment by Spectrum Noir. And I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss in between because I don't want to risk this drying. Now, a couple of these had dies that went with them. The cupcake does not. So I'm going to fussy cut the cupcake, and I'm going to go ahead and run these others through the die cut machine. If you ever struggle with die cutting, getting them lined up, these are actually pretty easy to line up, but let me show you a little trick. So if you take the negative and you line it up over the top of your die cut, you just kind of, and it's really easy to see because you can, and just get an even border, then put that die and it just kind of snaps right into place, and now you can die cut and you'll get a perfect one every time. So that's a little trick. These are actually pretty easy to see because they're hollow, but if you have a die that you struggle with, that's a good little trick. And I just save one of these little negative spaces in my packaging with my dies, and then I always have one. So you don't have to cut a new one every time you use the die. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out my cupcake. Now we're going to go to the base of the card. The back of my card is 7 by 5 3/4, and I made it 5 3/4 because I wanted it I usually would make it 5 by 7, but I'm going to hand deliver it anyway, so I don't mind that it's a little bit bigger. And I wanted this die to fit right across there, and I wanted just a little bit more room on the inside and for my happy birthday sentiment. So I'm going to cut this. This is an edgeable die from Crafter's Companion. It's they had a collection of these kind of not half circles, but sort of arched or oval, whatever. And I'm just going to cut that right across the top of my card. And you can see that it cuts edge to edge, and it creates this beautiful pattern. Now I've got my mats and layers in that same shimmer shimmer white with a hint of gold, and my gold cardstock. And and they're also cut to exactly the same size. And I'm going to cut that same edgeable into both of them. So there's my shimmer card. Gold off of there. Yep, and there's my gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the gold on basically flush with the white, exactly even. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it with just a slight drop shadow. But I cut it to the same size because I find it easier to trim after the fact than, because then if you don't get the die exactly perfect, you got some room to maneuver. So that's my back layer. Then for my middle layer, I used acetate. So I've just got a strip of acetate. It doesn't have to be the whole height because I just need enough that I can attach some things to it. So this is 5 3/4 inch wide, and it's actually just a scrap that I had that's 2 3/4 inches this way, and that'll be fine. For my front layer, I've got a piece of card, and my front layer is 3 1/2 inches high. So what I did is I took a piece of card that's 5 3/4, and this is actually about 4 1/2 almost, because I'm going to use this Happy Birthday Edgeable die from Crafter's Companion, and I'm going to put it right at the 3 1/2 inch mark. But because it goes above that die, I had to cut the card tall enough to get my 3 1/2 inches and have room for that. So I just measured from here to there and added that on. I put a little pencil line right at the 3 1/2 because I want this centered at the 3 1/2. And these edgeable dies, I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a little indent right there, and you put that right on your line. And then I'm gonna snip that away so it's not gonna show anyway. Style. And I'm gonna go ahead and snip right there to connect my pencil line with my cut line. Okay. And now, if I poke out all of the bits, you'll see that it says, and I mean, if you want to keep that birthday, you could, but it says happy sort of above and then birthdays cut in, which I think is very cool. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the background with a gold and a cream layer with the happy birthday. So again, I'm going to put my gold layer right on top of my white layer, like that. And then I'm going to use this as with a slight offset. Okay, so I'm going to glue those up. And then I'm going to put that gold on with just a slight, I'm just going to pull it down slightly, like that, so that some of that gold is going to show through. And that's what I want. I just want a little bit of that gold to really shine through, to give it a little bit of that shimmer. Now, to be fair, you could have used a smaller piece of gold cardstock. You didn't have to use the full height, because it's really only going to show right up there on that top. But I don't mind that because it gives me a little more strength to the card to add another layer. But see how that just shines right through? Like, it's so pretty. And that's what I want. Just like that. Okay, now that's the back layer to my card. And then on my front layer, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And then we're going to put the white on in exactly the same way, except I am going to trim this one a little bit so that there's a little bit of that gold border showing, because this one's going to show. This one is not going to show because the columns come down here. So this part of the card does not show. But on this one it does. So do this a little slightly differently. when you put this piece on, I'm going to drop shadow it just a little bit, like that. And you can see I want a little bit more of a gold border, so I'm just going to take a little bit off each side and the bottom. And see, now I can get a nice drop shadow, but I also get that nice gold border, and that's what I want. Okay, now that gives me my front layer, but see how that's cut through, and if it's going to be on white, I'm afraid it's not going to show. So now, because I've got the drop shadow in that shiny gold, I'm going to use this matte gold, and I'm going to glue on the back just like that. And it doesn't have to be the whole thing. You basically just want to cover up that part. And I'm just going to glue this on the back of this card like that. And that gives me one, a little bit more sturdiness in this area, but it also, see, gives me a little bit of a contrast. So that gives me just a little bit nice layering look, and I don't lose the shine from the gold, but you can really see, and then you can see that brushed gold on the back. So there's my front layer, my back layer. I've got my middle layer. Now, to create your columns, I've got two pieces that are 4.5 inches wide by 5 inches high, and I'm just gonna create basically my little columns. Okay, so that 1/2 inch wide is your glue tab. So these are gonna glue onto my base, the back of my card, one on each side, like that. Okay, so just like that. Just line it up with your edge and your bottom. Okay, and see, it'll go flat both ways. It should, if you scored straight. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm gonna matte and layer these, but before I do that, I want to put my vellum, or not vellum, acetate on. And this is a heavyweight acetate from Crafter's Companion, and therefore it has a film on one side. So if your acetate looks cloudy, make sure you check. I'm going to put that acetate right up at the top of there because I'm going to use it to glue things on. So because acetate doesn't always work the best with, it takes a while for glue to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tape pen on there first, and then I'm also going to put glue on there, and then that'll just, the tape will grab quickly and the glue will set up over time. And like I said, you could make this the whole length, but you don't need to. So I'm going to put it right up against the top. Okay, so we're going to press that down. Okay, now I can put my mats and layers on. And again, I cut mats and layers just from the same gold end and shimmer cardstock. So we're just going to cover up that acetate on the edge with my mats and layers. And again, these mats and layers really don't have to go the whole way down because I've got another column that's going to sit on top of that right here. So the bottom half isn't even going to show. So if you just want to save cardstock and just matte and layer the top, you could. Now I've got the same thing, 4.5 by 3.5 inch high. And I'm just going to do essentially the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these on right on top of those, and they're 1 inch wide, so they'll match exactly. Now to press these down, you can do this. Because those will go flat, these will go flat, and that lets you press them down, get a good press down. I've got like a little edge that's showing here from where the die was, so I think I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to cover that up with my mats and layers. Now you don't have to. If you just put this on, you could decide, and we'll see if I do. And again, I'm going to get that even. You can press it down flat to get it nice and stuck down. So it looks like that. Okay, so we're getting there. Now, if you decide to put mats and layers on, you can put them on here, just like that. And now you can see why I made it 5 3/4, because otherwise my happy birthday would not have fit between that space. I needed all 3 3/4 inches. And now it's just about decorating. So I've got my balloons that I'm going to put onto this layer like that. And that's why I put that acetate there. I'm going to use my little dotty tape pen for the bottoms of these to get a quick grab, and then I'm going to put some glue on it as well. So there's my balloons. Then I've got my little streamers. So I'm going to put these, I'll start with this one. I'm going to put this from this middle over to the side, like that. And I'm going to use a little bit of 3D glue gel, because then I can get it in the right place. And then I've got my cupcakes that I cut. They're going to go down here on the front. And actually, I think I am going to use all 3 of them. And last but not least, I cut a whole bunch of little gold streamers. Because I just want them kind of coming out crazy. Basically just want them exploding out. And we're all done. Yeah, I love that. I think that's so fun. Really fun. And it does fold flat. But it looks so pretty when it's standing up. It's so dimensional. I mean, look at that. Love that. Love, love, love. Well, thanks for watching.